Good morning, everyone. Today is Sunday, September 28th, and today is Group A guesstimate day. All right. So basically, we're just going to go through the YieldMax funds in Group A, and we're going to guess what the heck they're going to pay this week. And we're going to have fun doing it. Of course, we're going to also guess what the weeklies are going to pay. Also fun. But before that, I just want to let you guys know I thought of an idea this morning, because I like giving myself more work. Recently I got rid of the ROD Wheel Warriors membership. So I'm going to do everything under the ROD Wolf Pack. So anything bonus I could think of will fall under that. And I think going forward on Sundays, I'm going to do the show before the show, we'll call it, the 6 a.m. fiesta, the 6 a.m. to 6:30 show, the ROD Wolf Pack pregame. All right, today I did that, and the topic was options basics. So I just basically went over a few things related to some options basics, my thoughts behind options, how to get started in trading options, things like that. And then again, I'll take it from there. Will it be every Sunday morning? Maybe. Will it be other days at times? Maybe. I don't know. Again, play it by ear. We'll see what people are interested in. And real quick, tomorrow morning is Monday. So since I'm not commuting to work, I will be doing the morning show with Rod, 6 a.m. Special guest tomorrow is Jonathan Kwan. For those of you that are on X, I'm sure you know of him. He goes under the name Ambassador of Kwan. So he's really, really good guy. Met him in New York City at the YieldMax event, and he's honestly it's just a really good person. They don't make them like that anymore, but really good interview. I'm looking forward to it tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. So hopefully you all can be there to ask him some questions. Anyway, let's get to it. All right, so distribution schedule for Group A. Let's find it. What's today? September 28th. So this coming week, I'm assuming audio is working, by the way. Can all of you hear me? I have to go back and look, make sure. Good audio. Thank you, Chudolk. All right, so declaration date for Group A, where is it? October 1st will be declaration date. So here we are already in freaking October. Got to think about Halloween, I guess. My Halloween decorations are still not up. All right. Ex-dividend date will be October 2nd, and then payment date will be Friday. So YieldMax will announce what they're going to pay on Wednesday morning, 6:55 a.m. on October 1st. So if you want to buy and wait till then to buy, you can. You could buy that whole day, hold it until the 2nd, and you will qualify for whatever payment they decide to pay you on the 3rd. Of course, the timing depends on your brokerage. All right, so let's get to the guesstimates. And most of you know at this point in time, I just do all the guesstimates live. I don't even do any pre-route. I kind of guess things just set up so we can look at it, but I don't have any plans, in advance of what I'm going to do. So first, we're going to start with TSLY. TSLY's last payment was 39 cents. So what are we going to do? Where do we begin? Well, we go to this file. This file is the, let's see if I can get 200 and squeeze that in. Yeah, I can. All right, good. So this holds the group value. All right. The group value being, this shows how much income each of the funds in Group A has made. Let me just make sure I have all them. RBLY. Oh, yeah, RBLY's there. Okay, good. All right. So, if it's a negative value, that means a credit, which yes, so that means they made money and will have outstanding shares next to it. And then the income per share. If it's a positive, that's a loss. So unfortunately, I'm not even going to bother plugging in the outstanding shares to calculate how much negative money per share that they made. So anyway, let's start with TSLY. So TSLY, they made a lot of money this go round. They did really, really good. They made $364 million. And if you take that number and you divide by the number of outstanding shares, you get 100. I'm sorry, the outstanding shares number is 136 million. So if you divide those two together, right, you get 267 per share. All right. So, you know, that's one way to look at it. The other way is we look at what the current synthetic is worth, and I calculate that to be 58 cents per share. All right. So again, that's 2. Now we go to the third way to look at this, and that's the price change per share. And that also went well. Actually, I didn't update this yet. Crap. All right, so I got to update this to add in BA4. There you go. It's actually better than what it was. Well, I got to do that for all of them. So give me a sec. Because I'm going to forget for next week. So it is what it is. Should I put music on the whole time for the guesstimate videos? Let me know in the comments. Not the one, that one. Okay. All right. So TSLY did go up $2 per share. So everything is really, it's pointing to, all right, brother says cue the music. So yeah, I'll just play some music during the whole video. I'll keep it on low so it doesn't annoy you guys. Low. All right, we'll have to keep dance pop. Okay. All right. Here we go. What are they? This is not an easy one. Someone said $1. Let's see what $1 comes to. Good Lord. 139% yield. I don't think so. I can't give them $1. Sorry. Did I lower the volume? I did, right? Is that too loud? Is that too loud? Let me know. I don't know, man. Again, they made a good money. I'm not saying that they have to pay it out because the end of the fiscal year. I know this is the last payment, right? But although actually, is it the last payment? Let me check. Oh no, they got Group A has 2 payments in the month of October. All right, that's interesting. That's good. It's actually good. All right, so let's go back here. So again, if you look at the group's value, I can't stop. $2.67. Insane. I want to give them $1. Too loud, says Carl. All right, let me put it down to 25. All right, is that good now? All right, what if we give them like 85 cents? Yeah, that would still be high. Again, look at the guesstimate yield column BG. 81 cents. Wow. 74 cents. All right. I'm going to keep it at 0.75. 75 cent payment, 104% yield. Again, that is almost double the last payment. So you have to keep that into consideration. When's the last time they even paid this high? It was 5 payments ago. So again, it's hard. I don't know. It's very, very hard. They had a really good month though. Really, really good. And well, 4 weeks. But so yeah, I'm going to stick with that. I can't give them $1, but I'm giving them close enough, 0.75. All right, OARC. If we look at, again, 3 factors, we're looking at the price per share. Yes, that's positive. It went up 67 cents. All right, now we're going to look at the actual income that they made. Ooh, $1.02. So they're 2 for 2. Can they get the triple threat? Can they get positive synthetic? Boom, triple threat, 18 cents per share. Sucker in your face. So what does that mean? That means they may also have a really good payment. So let's go back again. They made $1.02 in realized income, and they're up 67 cents. Their last payment was 30 cents. So it's definitely going to beat the last payment. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. If we plug in like 45, that's a 65% yield. Their IV is 45%. So is this a fair distribution? 46 cents, 67% yield. Again, they did well. So I'd like to think you're going to get rewarded somewhat decently, right? So yeah, I'll leave it at 46 cents. Again, I could be too high on both of these so far, but what can I say? I've been wrong before. I got no problem being wrong again. All right, up next is GUI. They went up in share price by $1.65. That's good. Check one. Check the box. Ooh, they made 20 mil. Oh no. Come on, broski. That's the outstanding shares. Pain in my ass. You know, only because they made 20 million, I'm going to go to the website. All right, so obviously, yes, you can get the outstanding shares information from the website, and I'm just going to use what's on here. So this shows 11,650,000. So if I copy that and I plug that in here, how's the music? Is it good? I can still hear it, so I feel like it's still, you know, I don't know. People may complain. And is it a good option? All right. What the hell? Wow, I'm glad I did that. All right, so GUI, I do 200. Yeah, GUI, they made 11 mil. $1.80 per share, bro. Again, I don't know if that oh, now it works. Actually, let me check that. 11,650. All right, so it was right. I do have to change. Well, no, it'll actually just be deleted. So never mind. All right, so if I look at GUI now here, GUI synthetic wise, oh my goodness. How currently their synthetic is worth $1.64 per share. Are you kidding me? All right, so think about this. Synthetic $1.64, realized income $1.80, price share movement $1.65. I mean, this is a sucker right here. Music a little loud. We like your. All right, so let's lower a little bit. I'm gonna do 15. All right, so, ooh, they're gonna pay. They're not. No way, right? No way they're paying $1. When's the last time they were even close to $1? Yeah, there's no way. Sorry, guys. But the last payment was 69 cents, and that was a generous payment. So I'm going to give them more than that, actually. I'm going to give them 70% yield. Their IV is not updated. But again, they had a really, really, really good round. So I think, oh, man. Think about YMAG, right? YMAG is going to be a really good payment after this week, assuming, you know, TSLY and GUI pay well. But is 78 cents too high? Is GUI going to outshine TSLY? Why not, man? They did well. Maybe I'll lower it a little bit. Maybe I'll just put it under, just above TSLY, maybe 60. Let's do 76 cents, 69% yield. All right. Do you guys agree? All right, help me out here. Come on. We have 274 people listening through X and YouTube. So what do we got here? My guesstimates way off so far. We know LA Appliance thinks so. Brother AB too, apparently. But let's go to Zomo now. All right, Zomo, they went up 29 cents per share. So is that good? Yeah, at least they went up. So now let's go to the group's value. Zomo actually did make 7 cents per share. So again, 2 for 2, although it's not really a lot of money, but still. Then we'll look at this synthetic. Wow. Synthetic on the paper, $1.32. However, you know, the other suckers, the other values, they're not that much. So I'm going to give them just a little more than what we're expecting, like 33 cents maybe. That would be what, 34% yield. It's a 20% IV. So yeah, this is still generous. Maybe we give them a 32 cents, 33. Yeah, we'll do that. All right. All right. So up next, we got YBIT. All right, YBIT, how they doing? Well, they went up a massive penny. Wow, very impressive. So let's go check out the group's value. And oh my God, they made $66 million, which comes to $5.10 per share. I mean, that is nuts. Now let's check the synthetic. The synthetic is negative, but that's okay. They actually have a put. I don't know if you remember, but they didn't have a put for a while. They only had the long call, but whatever, it doesn't matter. So yeah, this is the important number here, 510. Now that's what I'm talking about. You know, good job, YBIT. You good job, good job. All right, so, oh my goodness, that last payment was pathetic, 27 cents. It's definitely going to be more than that. So what if we do like 40 cents? That's 54% yield. I mean, oh man, this is, again, look at this, man. Bro, 510. 510. Like, seriously, 510. I want to give him $1. What if I give him $1? Damn, 135% yield. Ugh. You know what I should do? I should add a column. You know what? I'm going to do it. It's my video, right? I'm going to add a column to the left. And we're going to call this fiscal year start price. So this will be the price as of 11/1, the beginning of the fiscal year. Makes sense? And that way it kind of gives us an idea of how much was paid, you know, where the, like, is the ETF price up above that or not? I don't know. It's something I've been thinking about, so I might as well let's plug that in right here. Oh, that's locked in there. Hold on. So we got what color should we make this? Fiscal year. Green? No, that's stupid green. It's kind of ugly, but I don't know. We need like a little more purpley. Purpley. Yellowy? I don't know. All right, whatever. Plug that in. J. Oh wait, 11/1/24, not 25. Duh. All right, so see how TSLY, it was at 12/01. I mean, that tells me, like, you know, again, what matters is the actual money made versus paid out. But it kind of tells me that they are current. There's no excess, right, to be paid out, right? And when you see like HUI, right, above the launch price, that tells me, you know, there may be a little more to pay out. All right, so I was doing this for YBIT, for the purpose of YBIT. Now, YBIT, they're showing they were at 12.38. So obviously now that they're down to $9, there is no holdback essentially. But I do think this is going to be a good payment. What was 60 cents? I don't know, man. I think $1 though, $1 would bring it down to $8. And you know, that's the problem with this. That I don't think that's wise, right? But then again, well, Misty paid $1. It was what, at the time, 15. So this is at 9. So this could be, yeah, I'm gonna give it like 61 cents. That's still a respectable payment. That's a high ass yield. They made a lot of money. Again, I'm probably gonna be way off this week, but hey, I got to go with my gut. And as you know, the gut is always right? Because the gut is looking larger than usual. All right, so let's look at SNOY next. So yeah, 61 cents for YBIT. We're moving very slow today. All right, so let's go to SNOY. SNOY price change. They went down 40 cents. Okay, whoopie freaking do, right? All right, did they make money? Yeah, they made 32 cents. How about synthetic? Synthetic on the paper, negative 32. All right, so this is a lame-o. They're probably just going to pay what the IV is. What was their last payment was $1.12. Their IV is 39%. That's pretty weak ass, to be honest. So they're not going to pay a lot. You're looking at like 50 cents or something. It's your boy 50 cent. We'll give him 51 cents. That's a 43% yield. All right, TSMY is next. Wow. All right, they went up 233 per share, so that's good. Now let's check out the group's value. They did not. There was a loss on the group's value. And synthetic on the paper, oh yeah, 270. All right, so they are up 270 on the synthetic, and they went up 233 in price. So that tells me they could pay something decent. Their last payment was 0.38. Let's give them like a 45 cent. Wow. No, they should be well above that, actually. What about like a 57 cent? 43% yield. That's kind of the same as SNOY in a way. No, I think we're going to be even higher. I think we're going to be like 65 cents. Yeah, it's because they did pay 95 2 cycles ago. So I think 65 cents is a fair payment. All right, let's go to Berk C. Sorry if you guys are asking questions. I think I saw some questions there. Please hold them to the end. I gotta get moving here. I know I'm moving slow. Berk C, they went down 4 cents per share. That's not a good start. Let's see the group's value. Group's value, Berk C, up in here, up in there. They just made 1.1 mil, sucker. 151 per share. Nice. Nice. All right, what about the synthetic on the paper? 130. Yeah, boy. All right. You know, I don't know. $1? Ooh. They paid 99 cents last time. I don't know. Ignore this guesstimate accuracy, by the way. I didn't update that yet. What? Again, they made synthetic 130, group's value 151. I gotta give them. I can't give them $1. I gotta give them high 90s, or maybe mid 90s. 20. I'll give them 93 cents. That's a 25% yield. That's still pretty damn good. All right. Obviously, for fiscal start, they did not, have a price then. So, but we know they're a $50 fund, so nothing really to think about there. I'm just gonna put 50, and then 50, and then feet and 5. What they were 50, right? All right. So. All right. Yeah, 93 cents on that. All right. RBLY. All right. Second payment for RBLY up in her. They went, oh my goodness. They went up 5.85 per share. Wow. They lost money though. Okay. That means their synthetics probably sitting pretty. Let's check this bad boy out. All right. Yeah. 207 per share. So That's exactly what they paid last time, 207. Like, is this the last payment in the fiscal year? They just launched. Like, they just freaking launched. Like, do they seriously? Will they have an end of fiscal year if they just launched, or will they just extend it to the following year? I mean, I think this. I'm gonna go with the whole fiscal year thing, right? I mean, don't they have to pay out 90%? Right? So I don't know, man. This is a tough one. Tough one, man. What if they pay 3? That's a 71% yield. 90%. Again, I'm looking at if they launched at 50 and the current price is 54, right? They paid out $2. But again, that's already considered in the price. I just have a feeling they have to pay out a pretty penny here. But actually, sorry. It's only in the synthetic. That's right. When does the synthetic expire? Before. Okay. But they have 2 payments left too. Crap. See, I keep forgetting about that. They have 2 payments left. All right. So that being said, I'm going to give them definitely higher than that. 285. I'm going to give them 285. I think that's pretty generous. That's more than well more than the last payment. So I don't know. All right, so let me fix this real quick. BB instead of BA. All right, sorry about that. Ooh. Good morning, all. How was your day? Hope everyone has their coffee. So I'm just updating the guesstimate accuracy so you guys can see how wrong I am when the distribution's announced. Okay, RBLY 285. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Anyone? Does anyone know? You know, you guys are supposed to help me out here. You're leaving me hanging here. All right, Crash, what are we doing here? They went down 85 cents. Shocker. Let's see how they did on the group's value. Probably got smashed, and they did crash. They did crash. They lost 3.2 mil. That's a crash. And how's their synthetic doing? Not good. They suck. They suckity doo dah. So they're going to pay their IV. Their IV was what? 16 cents. No, a little less, 15. Yeah, I'm going to give them exactly their IV, but it'll probably beat it, I'm sure. They always pay more than I guess. So, yeah. All right, 15 cents. All right, feet. Oh, I didn't get ready. I didn't prepare feet. All right, so feet. Smelly ass feet. So again, feet is the one. All they do is they own, you know, the YieldMax funds that qualify for the Dorsey Wright qualification. It's like a shortened version of the YMax, right? And currently, they're holding Coin, Carvana, Robinhood, Netflix, and YBIT funds. So, oh, they got Reddit too. Wait. Why does it say YBIT? It's not a freaking formula. Oh my goodness. Someone smacked me in the face. All right, so they have Reddit. These others better be formulas. All right, they are. All right, IVs. Okay, so looking at what they're holding now, I'm happy they got Reddit. That's awesome. Their average IV is 56%. So if you take that and you divide, well, you multiply it by the price of the fund divided by 13 payments, you get $1.46. All right. Last payment was $1.65. So let's do, what would 150 look like? 150 would be a 57% yield. I think that's good. You know what? I'm going to give them 151 because that's how much they went up in price. exactly 1.51 if you look all the way to the right over here now. All right, so that's feet. Now we're going to do 5e up in her. Again, 5e is the one, you know, they own a little bit of this, a little bit of that. They own the underlyings too. So here, for example, they got coin, they got Coney, ticker. Right, we don't want Coney's IV. They got Carvana. No, we want Carvana's IV, not CVNY's. Then we got Robin Hood. Then we got Netflix. And who else? Reddit. All right. So again, what we do here is same thing. We calculate the average IV, which is pretty much going to be the same. But we want to know the weightings of the YieldMax funds. So it looks like they did move. All right, so I have to unhighlight these. All right, so we got RDDY, Nefly, Hui, and it's like the kids, they know that I'm live, so they purposely be obnoxious. All right, so let's do what we got, 13. All right, so I have to update all this. So we're going to do that plus that plus that plus that plus that. So the percentage that they own of YieldMax funds are 58%. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the average IV, 56%, multiply that by the price, divide by 13, and then take that number and then multiply it by 58%. And that's the payment I get, 97 cents. So they paid $1.08 last time, and they went up 205 in share price. So I'm actually going to give them a higher, decent. They always pay decently higher than what I think. So if I look, let's see, 117. Sounds about right. 117, 108 was last time. Maybe a little less, actually. Maybe like 114. Yeah, I think we're good. 114, 38% yield. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think? Kids, they get up at 5 because they're freaking crazy. All right. And they go to bed late, which is great. Not. All right, let's go to YMAX, YMAG, and the whole shebang. All right. So again, for this cycle, what I do is I add under week 13, I'm still filling out because they had a payment based on group A, B, C, and now they're going to make a payment based on group D. So if we go over here and I see group D and I see the YMAX payment, it calculates the B, 11 cents. All right. Same thing with YMAG. We'll figure out if we like these or not later. YMAG shows 13 cents. So 11 cents. How does that compare to the last payment was 8 cents and the last YMAG payment was 15 cents. So these, I'm actually okay with these. If it's based on group D, which I believe it is. So again, if not, I'm screwing this whole thing up. But I'm going to stick with what they gave me. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to do a control C. And then that paste special. There you go. That way it doesn't override later. All right, LFGY. Let's not get too fancy here. But most of you know LFGY. And they own a whole bunch of crazy ass funds. But if we go and we average out their IV and calculate the payment, it comes to 47 cents. Their last payment was 51. So, and they went up and no, they went down in price. All right. So I'm going to give them 47 cents. I'm going to go with that. Now let's look at GPTY, see what they're doing over here. All right. They're not updating. You know what? I don't even care. I'm just going to give them at or around their last. I'm going to give them a little more, actually. I'll give them a 38-cent payment. Okay. SDTY, I always like to give them around what they paid last, 15 cents. again, they try, it looks to me that they do try to stay consistent. So why not stay consistent? You know, everything is on the up and up. Actually, the Russell's been doing, well, no, has it been doing? Yeah, give him 30 cents. Screw it. All right. ULTY. Again, we can look at ULTY, but you know the gist. They own a bunch of high freaking implied volatility suckers. And if you average all of them suckers out, that's an average IV of 85%. You take that number, you'll multiply it by the price of ULTY divided by how many payments a year? 52 payments. It rounds to 8 cents. If actually you round it to the nearest penny, it does come to 9 cents. So this is a no-brainer 9 cent again. So I have no doubt they will pay 9 cents. Will they pay 10? Again, I thought they had a chance last time. So since they did not last time, then I would say no. I would say confidently 9 cents. All right. Chippity-doo-dah, chippity-day. Chip, chippy, chippy, what a wonderful day. I was supposed to go running with my son and his friend, and it's freaking raining. Isn't that just great? All right, 47 cents. What do we got here? 41 last payment. 42 before. Okay, we're going to keep it low. Get low, get low, get low, get to the window, to the wall. All right, I'll stop it there. Don't worry. Keep it PG. All right, 42 cents. That brings a 39%. Yeah, we'll keep it there. We'll keep it there because we like that. All right, salty. What do we got? What the hell? What the hell is going on here? United States Treasury bill. All right. All right, what's their average IV in payment? Let's see. 79% average IV. Wow, 66 cents that would come to. Let's see what they paid last time. 65. Or no, 62. I don't know, bro. It's not going to be anything exciting. What if we give them like 60 flat? That'd be a 72%er. I'll give him 59. I'm going to give Salty a 59 cent payment, which is a 70% yield. Okay. Wow. Wowza. We made it through. We made it. All right. Now we can go through the questions and comments if you have any. Should I go back and catch up, or are you guys going to repeat the questions you may have had? Silver, you are on point with that. That is 100%, the truth. And yes, it's annoying. Although, I don't know, my little one he just gets with 5 every day, between 5 and 6. $9. Sunita says 9 cents for ULTY. Rod, will you please make sure YieldMax pays 12 cents? Hey, I gave them 11. What did they pay last time? 8, 12, 13. Yeah, I think 11's good. Right? Right? All right. 50 Investor. Cool name. I had to use my entire September dividends to move my mother-in-law from California to Wisconsin. Sucks, but glad I was in a position to help out. See? Dividends helping out the fam. You gotta love it. Good morning, Grumpy Toad. Waking up late. But he's probably not grumpy if he slept in. All right. What you guys got any questions you want to cover? Charles said you should add a column with any money left in the fund for year end. Charles, that would be impossible to track on every fund. Although, yes, I track how much income outgo is made, and I can track that. Although I don't even have that as of 11/1/24 anyway, so I wouldn't be able to do that this year. But yeah, something next year I could do. However, I don't have the historical outstanding shares. I would need the historical outstanding shares as of the day before ex-dividend date, if that makes sense. And I don't have that information, and there's no easy way to track it for every single fund. All right, I guess the sleep did not make him less grumpy, unfortunately, so he's still the grumpy toad. Silver Liner, will you start a round hill day? Never say never. So yeah, I mean, that would be like, I'm just thinking what I could do. Probably pretty easy, to be honest. But yeah, no, it's a thought for sure. But yeah, maybe. How about maybe? Is that good? Urgently need YieldMax representative to address us. Believe me, it's worth millions. What do you mean address us? I mean, they're interviewing on every channel out there, so you can see them all the time. Give us your best why pay. Oh, I have no idea. I don't even have remotely. I don't even know what they paid last time. Still waiting for granite coverage. Yeah, we know. We're not. It's coming. The YieldMax convention. Did they ever? They never. What are you talking about? Closing bell? I don't know. Once a year, maybe. Question granite share spreadsheet update. Yeah, we don't really have much of an update. I'm still working on it. It's still ugly. Take a maybe, yeah. Oh yeah, house money. True. All right, so Group D house money, they just paid. So Misty's at 210%, AMZ 82, XYZY 95. For the upcoming ones, Tesla's at 86. So yeah, no, they're still not going to hit their house money. Again, their launch price, it shows 40 because, again, of the reverse split. So their total they need like $6 more to be at house money. OARC, they need about $6 more. GUI needs about $10. YBIT and SNOI, they need about $7-8. And what about the weeklies? Yeah, they're getting there too. YMAX 68%, YMAX 61, ULTY 70. So, hey, work in progress. They're all getting there. WPay, here you go. The dividend degenerate. He did an estimate on everything, I think. So there's your estimate, 53 cents. But go check out his video so he gets the credit. 50 says 52 cents. Jim appreciates the coverage. I appreciate you being here, Jim. Thank you. My retirement trading. All right. Someone's retired, right? It looks like is that a YouTube channel as well? Good morning. How do you define house money? Pretty simple. So all I just add up the total distributions from when they launched, and I compare that to the launch price. So if you look, YMAX has paid a total of $13.44 per share since launch. Their launch price I'm showing is approximately $19.80, although some could say it's probably 20 even. I should probably just make it 20 even. But either way, $13.44 is 68% of $19.80, hence 68% house money. If they paid $19.80, we would then be at 100% house money. And we talk that way because we're basically saying, all right, had we bought YMAX at launch, then guess what? We would have gotten paid back our original investment. So anything that happens from there on out, we're playing with the house's money, right? Just like in AC in Vegas, right? When you win, the money that you basically bet, like how much you come in with $2,000, you just made 2,000. You pocket that right away, right? And then everything else you're playing with the house's money, right? Makes sense? All right, where the hell's my mouse? All right, WPay 51 and 54 last 2 weeks. Oh yeah, so they had 2 payments so far. Jim, we told them to cover other. Man, YieldMax is getting a lot of slack. I mean, it's not like the other funds are even doing like. I mean, who are you comparing? I guess YieldMax with which fund are we comparing? But man, they get beat up. But they are the first and the biggest. So, you know, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Howdy, Josh the vegan. Good point. House money is when everything you have invested in ETF paid back. Good morning, BTC still sucking. Yeah, unfortunately. It's 109 range, man. It's like, come on. You know, come on, Cletus. Good morning, Clive. Too tired to type. I don't blame you. I'm too tired to talk. All right. Platy. Yeah, I didn't cover Platy. Let's see. There they are, Group B. Yeah, no, they paid back 50.83. So they're at house money. They're at 101% house money. It's up. Yeah, no, we got the 50, right? So if I go over here, here's all the distros: 220, 334, 358, 298, 593, blah 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 blah. So yeah, they paid you back. All right, you got your bank bro up on her. Sing Gold Digger and make our Sunday fun, please. Market's been crappy forever now. You know what? Fine. She take my money when I'm in need. Yeah, she's a traveling friend in need. No, she's a gold digger. Way over town. That digs on me. Oh, can you hear me now? All right. We had our fun. There you go. See? I listen. I listen to the comments. There you go, AR Cuber. Healthy competition is good. 100% agree. Oh, good morning, Ann. There you go. There you are. What's up? Dividend Degenerates, do you have a channel that I could follow on YouTube? Yes, he does. Share it, Dividend Degenerates. Every ETF company has some good ETFs. Exactly, Wolf. They're all different tools in the tool shed. Look at brother helping out, you know? He's a good mod. Question, what is the ARM of ULTY? What is the ARM? The ARM of ULTY. The ARM of ULTY is 3.4 billion. Okay. Sing it. Yeah, we sang. We sang. And we annoyed. I'm going to go upstairs. My wife's going to look at me like, what the hell? Oh, he can't share if he doesn't have a wrench? I did not know that. Really? Are you sure about that? That's not a setting that I did. All right. September is a terrible month compared to... You're welcome. All right. So we are 50 minutes in. And we did the pregame, right? We did the pre-show. And that was about 22 minutes. So we went crazy today. Subscribe to DD, as you should. Can some of you go to the YouTube channel Roshi and wish my niece a happy birthday? Is she live? If she's live, sure. Or what is it? Roshi. There's a couple Roushis. I don't know which one. Is it the one with the numbers? 8702. Is that it? What's going on with Misty? Nothing. Bitcoin's just blah, you know? So MSTR is blah. No, she's not live. Is this her channel? All right. Subscribe, DD. There you go. Got more subscribers. I'm going to weekly payers and the biggest funds. The song he's trying to save. What? Is this the channel or no? I'll say happy birthday, but I want to do the right one. Thanks for Tyra Broad. Just subscribe. DD's getting some subs. All right, good. No, it's not the channel. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure which one. If not, just send the link. Start a position in BTCI. Yeah, I think is that the whatchamacallit? The Neos one, right? I want to rent. Pretty blonde. This one. Is this the one? Moved 95% out of YieldMax. Oh no, out of YieldMax. Roundtail weekly pairs making bank. Yeah, as long as the market's bullish, sure. Well, I can't click links from here. I think this is the one. Didn't he say it was a song? What song was that? He's trying to save me. Where's the song? All right, which one am I putting happy birthday on? This one? Yeah, I know, right, brother? All right, I'll just do it on the late. This is 2 years ago. She got to be current with her postings, right? Anyway, I'll put happy birthday here. I think that's what we're doing, right? Happy birthday. All right. Anyway, sorry. What do we got here? All right, everyone's out of here, I guess. So yeah, so we'll see you guys tomorrow morning, I guess. We'll do the morning show with Ambassador of Quan. Again, he's on X. He does interviews with everyone, and he's a good dude. So it's going to be fun. Hopefully, you guys have some questions for him. He's a high yield investor, and he's really good at options too. And he knows a hell of a lot about YieldMax and all the various funds. So yeah, go check him out. As always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and this video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, guess what? We'll try again tomorrow. All right. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. And yeah, what was YMax? You already know what it was. And I did not change it per your request. But I'll say it again, 11 cents. YMax was 11 cents. All right. And the other ones, the big ones were TSLY 75. And well, there's a lot of, well, there's not really, no one's really that big, but I think GUI's going to surprise at 76. YBIT will surprise at 61, things like that. So keyword ambassador, is that what we should do? Yeah, let's do a keyword ambassador. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you got to say the keyword. The keyword today is ambassador. So what does that mean? That means ambassador of Kwan. And we are interviewing him tomorrow morning, bright and early. So get up, get ready, 6 a.m., baby. Come with the questions, and he'll be ready for them. I'm sure he's always prepared, unlike me. All right. Anyway, I'm out of here. Thank you for joining, and have a great Sunday. Later.